What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to tell you guys the number one mistake I see all option traders make when they first start trading options. So first and foremost, what you have to understand is when you're trading options, all it is a bet between you and somebody else. Now that you know all it is a bet between you and somebody else, let's take a look at this example I have for us, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this. That's why I'm picking this example. Imagine two guys on a golf course. One golfer says to the other, "I bet you $100 you're not going to hit a hole-in-one today." Imagine, what is the likelihood the guy actually hits a hole-in-one? I mean, professional golfers hardly hit hole-in-ones ever, and they're professionals. So how is this rookie beginner golfer about to hit a hole-in-one? If he does, I'd be mind blown, and I'll pay him his money because that's impressive. Chances are it's not going to happen. So more often than not, I'll just take that dude's money every time he agrees to that bet. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest mistake we see new option traders make, is they take the sucker's bet. Every day in the market, when you come in and you try to trade options, there's going to be good trades and there's going to be bad ones. And a lot of times we see traders take the sucker's bet because they either are trying to go for a big win or they simply just don't know any better, or maybe they're just uneducated. And that's exactly why I'm making this video. I'm trying to help you guys that are just starting to trade options understand the market and understand what not to do, and that will help you avoid losing unnecessary money, okay? So now that you know when you're trading options, it's just a bet between you and somebody else. Wouldn't you much rather be the guy that's providing the sucker's bet rather than the person taking the sucker's bet? I bet you would. Now that can get a little bit advanced, but that's where you need to get to in your options trading. Get to the point where you're the guy selling the sucker's bet, because that is a very easy way to build up a portfolio through steady gains. You just simply sell sucker's bets and slowly bring in money and watch your account build. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my screen, and I'm going to go into an options chain on TD Ameritrade, and I'm going to show you guys a couple examples of sucker's bets so that you can avoid them. All right, guys, here we are. This is TD Ameritrade. We're going to take a look at the option chain, but first, before we do that, I have to give you guys a little mini lesson because that will help tie into exactly what I'm going to explain to you later, and that is how to avoid buying a sucker's bet and taking really, really bad option trades, essentially. So first things first, what you have to understand, if you don't already, is that stocks have what we call an average true range. The abbreviation is ATR. And if you follow this arrow I'm drawing, you will see it says ATR right there. That you can add to any watch list you have on Thinkorswim. And the reason I have it on mine is because, yes, I would like to know what the average true range is for a stock. The average true range on a stock pretty much just tells us the dollar amount that the stock is going to either go up or down on any given day. So if we were to type in Apple here, AAPL, hit enter, the average true range is $5. So that means on any given day, the ticker symbol or the stock Apple will generally see its stock price go up, down, jump around, up or down, jump around, a total of $5 per share each day. That is the expected movement up, down, only going up, only going down, rallying around for the day. It could go up $5, it could go down $5, it could go up $2.50, go down $2.50, making a total of $5. But what we know is the average movement Apple stock typically sees on the day is $5. The average true range will decrease or increase depending on what type of day the stock had. If Apple all of a sudden goes up $20 per share on the day from iPhone news or something really big, then that means the average true range might jump from $5 to maybe $5.25 the next day. So that number does change based on the stock's movement. It is calculated each day. So each day we can look and figure out what the average amount the stock should move. So why did I just explain to you guys average true range? Because average true range helps you understand how much a stock will typically move on a day. So if you now know how much a stock will typically move, or on average does move per day, you can avoid buying things that won't happen. Like if Apple typically moves $5 in one day, we should not buy an option that expires today, where we need the option to move $10, because that is most likely not going to happen. That would be the hole-in-one golf shot. You need this option to move $10, yet Apple only moves $5 per day. What you're trying to do most likely will not happen. That's a hole-in-one shot. That is a sucker's bet you will most likely lose every single time. And the person that provides you that options trade to take will most likely take your money every single time. So use average true range to your benefit, and that is understanding how much a stock will most likely move on a day, so you can avoid taking stupid trades that will most likely not happen and result in you losing money. So now that you guys understand that, let's take a look at the option chain. So really quick, again, everything over here on the left side is a call, which means you are bullish. So you're basically hoping the stock would go up if you're buying anything over here. And this is a put on this side, and that is going to be bearish. So anything that you buy over here, you're hoping that the stock price goes down. So right now we are looking at Apple stock. So if we buy anything over here, we're hoping that Apple's share price goes up. And if we buy anything over here, we're hoping Apple's share price goes down. Now, for those of you that don't know what an option chain is, this video might be a little confusing. I apologize, but there's really not much I can do about it other than say, get educated. For those of you that do know what this is, let's continue. So when you look at the option chain here, you're going to see that clearly there's a lot to pick from, kind of. Everything that we just circled is just categorized really by date. Okay? Each one of these categories is just a different date. As you go down the list, the date becomes further and further out. Like down here would be like 2022. So if we wanted to, we could buy and trade an option on Apple that expires in 2 years. Okay? So now that we know what all these are, they're just different dates, what we're going to do is we're going to look into this option chain. This option chain expires January 17th of 2020. So in the time of making this video, it will expire in 2 days. Any option in there is going to expire in 2 days. So let's open it up. So what I just said is if I decide to buy any of these, any of these, any of these, or any of these in 2 days' time, they're going to expire. Remember what I said about average true range. Average true range tells us how much a stock will most likely move on any given day. So if we know Apple generally can move about $5 a day, wouldn't it be a very stupid decision to pick an option that's more than $10 away? Because if Apple only moves $5 on average per day, and these expire in 2 days, why would we pick an option all the way down here at, say, 345? Right now, Apple's trading here. This midway mark, that's the share price of the stock. Right now, it's at about 312 to 315. And we pick an option all the way down at 345. 315 to 345 is $30 per share. And all these options expire in 2 days. In Apple, average true range is 5. So we know over the course of 2 days, if Apple performed at its best average true range and only went straight up for the course of those 2 days, at best, it might move $10. And you are buying an option that's $30 away, You would need Apple to go up $30 in 2 days for this option to get all the way into the purple, which is really the ultimate goal of most option trades. So think about what I just said. You're buying something that's $30 away when the stock you're trading should only move at best $10 in your favor if it had the most pristine, best 2 trading days in a row. So basically what we just said is you're taking a golf shot, hole in one. Not going to happen. And that is the problem we see most traders make. The reason they buy these options is simply because of price. Money makes the world go round. Do you shop at the dollar store, or do you shop at Kroger or your local grocery store? What are you going to buy? This, or are you going to buy that? Most of the decision making from a consumer comes down to pricing, as to why most beginner traders find themselves taking these golf shots, because they don't have a lot of money, so they can afford this. And they know that if they buy this really cheap and something magical happens and the stock explodes and it does in fact go up to there, they're going to make a lot of money. But I know that most of these traders coming in buying these options are not going to be correct. So I would like to be the guy that sells somebody this option. So rather than me buy this knowing that I'm most likely going to lose, I'd rather sell it to somebody knowing that they're going to lose and their money goes straight to me, because that's the way an option works. You have person A that's going to buy the option from person B who is selling it. So if one option costs a total of $100 and person A buys that option, the $100 is coming out of person A's wallet and going straight into person B's wallet. So again, this is the example of the 2 golfers. Person B says to person A, hey, I bet you won't make a hole-in-one today, and I'm going to bet you $100. Person A, being the uneducated golfer and trader that he is, says, sure, I'll take that bet, not knowing any better. And he simply just went into his wallet, pulled out a $100 bill, and gave it to person B. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly the number one mistake we see options traders make. To wrap it up, when you're looking at the options chain, if there isn't a lot of time left on the options, expires in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, you should not find yourself buying options that are really far away from the purple color. That's to put it simply. Both ways. If there's only a couple days left on your option, you don't want to find yourself buying an option over here very far away from the purple. You will most likely end up losing your money 90% of the time. And the person that's providing you that trade is taking your money 90% of the time. So the best thing that you can do as a beginning options trader is to educate yourself, not take hole-in-one golf trades for the reason of it being affordable or for the reason of you trying to make excessive amounts of money. What you should be doing is trading higher probability setups, higher probability trades, and then also figuring out how to become the seller of an option to the naive buyer. Because if you can do that, you can start getting in the habit of selling the sucker's bet and finding someone to buy it, reach into their wallet, and give you their $100. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I have for you on today's video. So please hit the thumbs up button before you head out. Comment any questions you guys have below. And thank you guys once again for tuning in. As always, I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.